Hey, what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reese L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. Today I actually wanted to go ahead and get a little bit deep, if you don't mind. Give me a second. I just want to actually grab some water here. I know I'm actually trying to cut down on the drinking this time. It's been a hell of a 30 days and everything. And so right now I'm trying to get back on the good foot of not drinking so much. So let your boy hit some water real quick. In this space, we pretty much have so many men that I have been peeping, so many men that have been going in on the ladies, right? How they're talking about how women in the West are not exactly marriage material. They're not wifey material. But really, what does that mean? Because over here as men, who I'm assuming these men are stating that they are husband material if they're talking about the ladies over here on our wifey material. Obviously, you must already know your role. You must already know your responsibilities, right? But there also are, I don't want to say sacrifices that must take place, but there are some things that need to change in order to enable trust as well as protection. And I want to go ahead and talk about that line of trust/protection also versus so-called insecurities. What I actually wanted to do is I actually wanted to talk about what can actually constitute, what responsibilities or what attributes actually constitute a healthy relationship/marriage. As men, there are some things that we have to do and also some things that we have to stop doing in order to maintain the health of our relationship, correct? As well as the women. But on both sides of the men and the women that are in relationships, we have to give in order to get, right? And I wanted to go ahead and talk about that for a minute. What I actually wanted to speak on are what things must take place, or would you mind if they take place? So I'm gonna tell you something. These are 5 things that I actually have going on in my marriage right now to help us continue a healthy relationship. And you guys in the comments can let me know, is this a trust thing? Is it a protection thing, or is it an insecurity? Once you find a skincare regimen that actually works and you stick to it, I'm telling you, you're going to end up getting the results that you've been looking for. Right here, you have the wash that I use daily, and I'll also have the scrub. So if you're interested in getting those same good results, please, in the description down below, make sure you hit the link. It's going to launch you to the Teach Handling website, and I guarantee you'll have a good evening. Enabling each other to see each other's location of their cell phones, their GPS. Now, the thing is, if anybody has, I guess, Android or, iPhones nowadays, they have, I believe it's called Find on the iOS, right? Now, the whole family, we track each other, right? I mean, we have a daughter who's a teen. Of course, her cell phone is tracked. And of course, my phone is too. My daughter should be able to see where I'm at. My wife should be able to see where I am. Now, this is the thing. I know we have a lot of guys out there that'll be like, whoa, hold up. That's a trust issue. But just wait a minute here and see, this is where the maturity of a relationship happens. If something goes down and I have no way of contacting you because maybe I got in a car accident, maybe I'm just unconscious somewhere outside of a car, you have no idea where I am. You're calling my phone, but I'm not picking up. Where am I? So of course, you're going to go into your little app on your phone and you see my location. And you can actually get to that location because you know where I am. And now I see we have guys out there that are like, I want my girl knowing where I'm at. But it's like, but why not? We're talking about having a healthy relationship here. And yes, it is one of the fine attributes that can keep each other from cheating. And I know some ladies out there will probably say that's kind of controlling. Well, not exactly. See, and this is where we get into the protection area. I'm protecting my relationship. So of course, we should both know where each other's location is at, right? Yeah, you may be at work 9 to 5. I may be at work 9 to 5. And if I'm getting off late, I will trust that you are going to still be at work and you're on your way home. So maybe I don't have to go into the phone and see where your location is, especially if it's been over 2 hours or so and I haven't heard from you. But if I go on the phone, I see that you're still at the office. Okay, now if you guys want to play the little game of, well, maybe that person is just leaving their phone at the office and they're running off to be with somebody else. I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and have that negative energy, then, you know, go ahead, do you. But I think knowing each other's location is a huge, great indicator of a healthy relationship. My wife has the password to my phone. She could just pretty much go in and put the little code in, and she has access to my phone, especially if she needs to use it. Sometimes when we're running around the house doing all this work, she may have to look up something, or if we're going to the movie, she probably needs to see movie times, and maybe her phone is in her purse, or it's just in a place where she just can't get to it. So she'll pretty much get on my phone to use it to go ahead and look up movie times or whatever, show times or whatever. Or she will get on my iPad to do the same thing. And as far as getting into the Instagrams and Facebook and all of that, it's like, yeah, she has access to that. I don't have anything to hide. And I know a lot of you guys may be like, yo, I'm not trying to give my boo access to any of my social media or just access to my phone. You do you, right? But the thing is this, the greatest feeling is to not have anything to hide. And shout out to Mr. Lucario, because he's in an open marriage, because pretty much from the gate, he was looking for a woman that was able to basically get down with the type of relationship or marriage that he wanted to have. And he found one. He doesn't have to hide anything. And I'm gonna tell you, there's no greater feeling in the world than just knowing that you don't have anything to hide. So yeah, give her the password to each other, and then you guys will have a healthy relationship from there on out, because you guys are not hiding anything. And if you guys get into the social media and you guys have admin access, especially if you guys have a business together, or if one of you guys are an influencer and you assist with the brand of that person, it's good because now you can manage the DMs that come in, you know, in and out. Speaking of social media, now I know we still have a lot of women out there who get a lot of DMs from random guys, right? And only a small percentage of men who are your average Joes who might get a little DM from a girl here and there. Sometimes it's a bot, right? But the thing is this, like I said, my wife has access to my Instagram. She could go on my phone and she could peep it to see what's in me, but nobody hits me at all, right? And if they do, it's probably a viewer who wants to engage, or has a topic idea, or sending me a YouTube video because they would like me to react to it. This little random stuff like that, and she has seen it, right? She has seen a girl, you know, come through and just say, hey, what's up? I like your music, yada, 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 but not necessarily trying to get at me. And the thing is, on her end, I know nobody really hits her up on her phone, but if I want her to check it, she doesn't have no problem me seeing her Instagram and all up in her DMs. And let me go ahead and give you guys a little game up on somebody. There's not really a whole bunch of women out there who are bragging about how many DMs they are getting from guys. They're not. A lot of women actually complain about it. It's usually the opposite. They sometimes just ignore a lot of DMs. A lot of them you probably got like over 50 DMs unread. It's because they really don't care, because they know it's a lot of chumps that jump in the DMs. It is. Most girls like to go out and about, right? So the whole DM thing is really not much to trip off of, and this is coming straight from the ladies' mouth. They like to get out and go out. And so yeah, if she doesn't have anything to hide and she's like, go ahead, look at all these crazy DMs, I don't even respond to them, then hey, that's you're a shoe-in for a healthy relationship, and obviously you guys trust one another. I know in this space we always have these so-called roles, right? Yeah, but let's keep it real. A lot of us don't like catching attitude from any women or any men. But the thing is this, when you're in a relationship, I'm not saying that you two have to be friends, but you guys should be treating each other like you treat your own friends. What's kind of messed up on our side as guys is we usually can't talk to our women the way we talk to our homeboys, because we're a little bit rambunctious and we clown around with the fellas. We do it because that's day one gang. That's how it is. So sometimes we can't always be as blunt and straightforward, you know, with our boo the way, you know, we do with our partners. We could tell our partners, damn, you musty. Whoo. Sometimes we have to figure out a way to kind of like tell our girl, whoo, breath kind of funky, or kind of tart there, you know, go hop in the shower without coming off insulting or whatever, right? So we can't really just be a bull with the so-called, you know, straightforwardness as we are with our homies. But when I'm talking about respecting, you know, respecting your partner or your spouse, the way you respect your friends is knowing that you're pretty much going to talk to them because you honor them in your life. They're your day one for a reason. You guys still are tight for a reason. And that attitude that you have toward your partner, of course, is the same way you should be able to, like, you know, treat your boo. That's just it. So if you're not disrespectful to your partners because you have their interest at heart, then you should have that same energy for your boo. You know, it's funny because we do a whole lot more at work than we do in our own relationships at home. You know, we actually have one-on-ones or roundups with our employer, right? It's a review session. Every year or so, we just have this point where you and your boss or you and your supervisor catch up to see where you're at. Just a one-on-one review to see where you are, what your work ethic has been like, and yada, yada, yada. The same thing should go into a relationship. The thing is, we get so comfortable in our relationships to the point that we forget that it's almost like a job to basically keep the happiness in a relationship, right? We try to make sure we don't go into that area where we get mad comfortable. And some of us, yeah, we have gotten so mad comfortable that we tend to let ourselves go. And I'm not just talking about physically. We let ourselves go mentally, and we let ourselves go from the mouth. We start talking to each other any old way, and we forget the person that we used to be. We forget the person that we dated. We forgot the person we were when they were dating us. So therefore, there is a point in time where I think it is actually a good job for you, like at least, you know, once a week or maybe bi-weekly, to be like, hey, boo, how you feeling? How's your heart doing? How's your mind doing? How's that soul doing? That's why a lot of cats always stress date nights every week, because you got to continue that bond. Anyways, I decided I just wanted to throw that bit out there, and y'all know how I do. And feel free in the comments to let me know if y'all think if any of those are just either trust issues, insecurity, or if it is a good list that can actually protect your relationship. But hey, you know how I do. I'm out this piece. Good evening, Mr. Black.